Hey everyone, it's me, Yami, your Latina next door, and I am back with another video. As you know, I have been working on my craft room. I am doing a craft room challenge with several other bloggers. I will link a video to the initial trailer that we did for the challenge and my past video of my recap for my first week down below so you guys can get caught up. So I wanted to create a space that was not only functional for my craft making, but I wanted it to be designed well. I wanted it to be a space where I want to go and I want to be creative and that it actually would inspire creativity. So as I started designing, and figuring out what is it that I really want in this room, I found my design style, which is Hampton's farmhouse, because I love all things beachy and luxurious, but I also love that farmhouse look. So I think I'm actually getting there and I want to show you what I've done. Now, I already shared week 1's progress, but I'll be actually combining week 2 and week 3 in this video simply because I had to do so much painting, and that's pretty much what took the bulk of my time. I'm a mom of 3, I stay at home with them, but I also have a couple of vlogs and online businesses that I keep up with. So I had to do little steps at a time late at night once everyone was asleep. And that's kind of how I got to this point. I'm also going to be sharing some items that I bought from different places that I'll be hopefully using in this space. I have an idea for them, but sometimes, sometimes things don't work out the way we think they will. So I'll share those with you after I give you the tour of the space. So this is what the space looks like currently. Those 2 bookshelves that you see right there, I got for free. They were basically left in an office building because the tenants moved out and they didn't want them. And I've had them for several years and I didn't know what to do with them. And I basically transformed them. This past couple of weeks, I will be having a video tutorial. That way you all can see how it was that I did the finish. It ends up looking really great and it's a distressed look. And it looks very coastal. I love it. And I added some shiplap to it. I loved how they turned out, and they look great on my stenciled wall. If you recall in my last video, when I painted this room white, it was just too white, and it kind of needed some pattern in the back, something to kind of create a focal point. And I had this stencil from a wall that I did in my previous home, and I thought, why not? And I love how it turned out. I think it's gorgeous. And both bookshelves on either side of the window gives it balance. Now here I have my table from IKEA that I will be putting together. And there's my other IKEA unit. I decided to move it on that side of the wall to see kind of how it was work out with the space. This isn't the largest space, so I'm really gonna try and see if I can make it as functional and feel as big as possible. This is all the stuff I still have to tackle. It's terrible, I know. So I'll be putting that table together today, and hopefully on the next video I'll show you guys kind of what I end up doing with it. I'm still not sure if I'm gonna have it in the center of the room or if I'm gonna scoot these little bookshelves out a little bit more and kind of put it up against the window and between the bookshelves. I'm not sure yet. We'll see. And then on this side, there's not much going on. I had this little cabinet that I showed previously. And look, the wall over here is not even painted all the way because we don't have time for that right now. Eventually we'll be painting that area, but we'll get to that soon. Yeah, and then there's just this little cabinet right here. And I store a lot of like my little paints and stuff in it. Eventually that little cabinet will get a makeover, but for right now it stays just like that because I have done enough painting. And this is where the room is at. There's that really pretty light fixture. It looks so good. I'm so proud of it. And this is where we are. I hope you guys like. Now, one of the things I purchased was this little Lazy Susan caddy over here. I bought this at Hobby Lobby, and I like that it has all these different compartments and these little drawers where you can stash stuff, and you can keep it on top of your furniture and keep it handy whenever you need the stuff that's in it. I still don't know what I'm gonna put in it, but I love it. It was on sale for 50% off, and it was only $20. I think that was a great buy. Also, I bought this little guy right here, or big guy actually, and I got it at Target. This guy I believe was like $8 if I remember correctly. And my plan for this is to store my scrap fabric, and I could just dump it in here. Sometimes you have like little pieces that are left over from projects when you're sewing, and sometimes you need them to practice different stitching on it, right? You want to see if, you know, your settings on your sewing machine are going to come up the way you want them. So you need scraps of fabric to actually practice on. You don't want to use a good piece. So I figured this would be nice to kind of just throw in there whenever I'm done with the project and have some leftover scraps. Now this next item isn't really organizational, but it's supposed to keep me on track. I bought this really lovely clock, and I bought it at Big Lots for only $12, you guys. $12 at Big Lots. And I like it because it's got that beachy farmhouse feel, and I thought it would be perfect to put in this room. I'm still kind of trying to figure out the placement of it, but I figured, you know, sometimes as creators we can get carried away and we can get super focused and we forget what time it is. And the point of this is to keep me on track. So I also went to IKEA and got a few things. Now I know you guys have seen these online. I'm sure you see it on Pinterest somewhere or somebody's Instagram. These are actual little, you know, rods that you put on the wall and you hang these cute little baskets. Some people put herbs in them. Others use, you know, use them for scissors, markers, all that good stuff for crafting, you know, areas in their home. The problem with this is that it gets expensive. The rod itself is $9. Each bin is $6, and the hooks that go on them, each pair is $3. So if you need several of them, this might not be the best option. I purchased these because I actually want to do an herb garden in my breakfast nook. So, and I only got 2 rods, and I'm keeping it very simple. But I did find a solution for those who want to do something a little bit more inexpensive. And it's this rod right here, and it's the same exact size. But you have this container, which is only 79 cents. No hooks needed or anything, because as you can see, it's got the little hook on the back, and basically you just put it on here like this. Now, if you want it to look a little bit more luxurious, not as, you know, inexpensive as this one looks, but really who's gonna care? You can spray paint this a wrought iron, you know, oil rub bronze, so that it looks a little bit more polished, like the one in that, you know, this black one right here. It's not necessary, but you can definitely do it. So yeah, $1.99 for the rod and 79 cents for the little canister. Then finally at IKEA, I also got these cute little spice racks. I've actually used these before in my daughter's room, and I use them as like little bookshelves for her books. I got 2 of these. Again, I'm gonna see where they were gonna fit best and where I'm gonna use them. And then I also got these little spice containers. These are 4 for $2.79 at IKEA, which I think is great. You can put rubber bands, paper clips, you know, just buttons in them. You can sort all sorts of stuff in these small containers. So I went ahead and got this. Now Dollar Tree also has some of these, but they're actually larger. And you can get them for $1 a piece at Dollar Tree. So if you have anything, if you like this look, but it's too small, you can find similar ones there. Now I actually did buy a few more things, but I'm gonna keep those for the next video. I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you got some great ideas on how to decorate and what things you can buy for your craft room in different areas to make it more functional. I hope to have a lot of these systems already in place by the time I come back next week. If you like this video, make sure you subscribe if you want to see more of what I'll be doing in this space. And hit the like button. It really does help my channel if you do. I appreciate it. I love every one of you, and I will see you back very soon. Bye.